how do you feel about the monkey calls at your players and the racial undertones of the rowdy crowd? And how do we police that and address that, or how do the schools and the administration?
Yeah, I'm glad you bring that up because that was it's kind of a big deal this season, and some of the schools that you were going to. I think it really blew up in the media when BHS played Jamestown. But we experienced it a little bit too, and I don't want to call places out or whatnot, but we did experience it a couple of times this season. And for me, I'm 52 years old, and I've lived a great life, and I've seen a lot of things that make me disgusted, and that's one of them. To think that we're in the year 2023 and we're still dealing with that BS.
Yeah.
How I handle it, I tell I do my best to keep my cool, and then I just tell my guys, like, hey man, we just gotta play the game, and whatever you hear that should be just going in one ear out the other. We've got something we got to do tonight. So, but I did have a couple ADs come over to me after the games and apologize, and they said that they tried to shut it down as quickly as possible when it happened and things like that. But
yeah,
I just think that there's kids growing up in families, and I think maybe some of the morals and character that their parents are kind of living their lives by kind of rubs off on their kids sometimes, and then their kids think that they can do those things in public, and we just got to make sure as a society and a community that we don't allow that. We don't stand for that type of action.
Yeah.
That we're going to fight that type of stuff at all costs.
Yeah.
'Cause we can't allow that type of stuff.
I did discuss this in school in one of my classes. We were talking about how I think a couple WDA teams were experiencing like racism, like Native American racism. Black people were getting. I was hearing the monkey calls as well. Like, what is going on? I don't know what's been going on with that. Like, it's been like an ongoing thing this season that,
And hopefully, as viewers and supporters of basketball, and even fans, parents, like they can look inwards and be honest with themselves. And
Yeah, I think for me, like some of the experiences that I've been in, I feel like when you see that, you have an obligation to confront it, and
Yes.
not that you need to confront it in a physical way, but absolutely in like an intellectual way and in an emotional way. Be looking at those people and be like, man, that is not right.
Yeah.
Like, it needs to be confronted, because when they are allowed to do and say those things and they're not confronted by people about it, then they think they're safe. And that they're allowed to do it. That is not a big deal. So I just feel like you got to confront that stuff immediately.
Yeah, no justification for those type of actions, especially being like basketball and respecting the sport, coming out there and spewing hate for no reason. These kids are just trying to play basketball.
Absolutely. And they're out there entertaining you,
Yeah.
Like, they're putting on a show for the audience and for the crowd, and they're entertaining you, and then that's how you want to treat some kids. It's just ridiculous.